So if you follow me on Twitter, you know there may potentially be plans to tokenize. We launch it, the platform, the deployer that pretty much everyone is using. So we've had well over 1,000 deployments on it now. And what we're going to do is talk about what potentially we can do with this in terms of tokenization. So there are deployers. I've spoke to a few people. There are deployers that have tokens, and some of them do well, some of them don't. Now, potentially, what we're looking at is launching a deployer that is unproven is very different from launching a deployer that has a consistent revenue stream. So we launch it, gives it costs a very low fee. It's 0.1%, and on BSC and Ethereum it's incredibly low. Like, the potential earnings is, it's there because we have the volume, but I have it low because we're the most cheapest deployer, and also we don't want to take too much money or BNB and ETH from projects. If they go well, we don't want to be taking 1% like some deployers. It's too much in my opinion. For that, for to get a 1% tax, you must be supporting the project in my eyes and doing some marketing for them and fully, partnership, that type. But to have it in the sense that, oh, we're just going to take 1% and do nothing but just help you deploy the contract, it's a bit too much in my opinion, yeah? Obviously, I can make a lot more, but for now, I like this percentage. So what we have and how the platform works is these people deploy tokens. You can see every few hours people are deploying. Obviously, there's no deployments now. There's going to be because it was Sunday. But this is the frequency of the deployments. Yeah, there is huge scope and potential to not rebrand, but remake it, add new features. We can do that and we can fund it through the token as well and give everyone the goal of it is to genuinely have a different way to deploy. No one wants to be messing around with remix, and we want to make this the standard way to launch a token. That's the end goal of the project, and we have it going and people are using it. So how it works, if we just show you on BSC, this is the income. So every few hours, few minutes, whatever, this is the tiny amount of BNB we collect into the deployer. So every few days I take it out. So there's $63 in there and $46 in there. What would we do with that revenue? Well, number one, what I'm planning, and this is where I want everyone's thoughts, is we want the income stream, and it will be more. The market's picking up. Two, there'll be more, people aware of the platform if we launch a token, and the revenue share would go to the holders. Now, whatever comes in that week, we will either send, I think we'll probably airdrop it to holders. We might even swap it to stable coins and send that out, or send it out as BNB and ETH. We can do it on both chains or have two different tokens, but we'll probably just collect it and then send it out from that. Or we may have a DApp where you can claim, but we might just airdrop it to everyone, which isn't an issue. Or we could just airdrop it to, the people holding anything above, I don't know, 0.1% supply. So the dust tokens obviously wouldn't get any because it would just be irrelevant. It wouldn't even cover the gas fee on that. So that's the potential of it. We also, or this is my thoughts on it, I also want to support the tokens launching on it. So we could have 50% of the revenue goes to holders of the token. That encourages holders, it provides liquidity for anyone buying and selling, and also it gives a constant revenue stream. This isn't a new product. If we launch, we're launching a deployer, we don't know how it's going to go, we don't know if we're going to produce any income. This is producing income, yeah, in the sense that we've got revenue coming in every single, you can see from here, every few minutes. Usually it's this is probably the most quiet time in a week. It's usually every 5 minutes, 3 minutes, there's some BNB. And this collects very fast. Sometimes if there's a new launch, this will go from $63 to, $70 very quickly, especially if it's a good launch, especially on Ethereum. And what we want to do is branch out on potentially to other chains. But priority is obviously the deployer works very well. It's a simple but advanced platform. But again, going back to how I'd support the tokens, we could have a treasury wallet that buy back and burns tokens that are bringing in X amount of volume. So we will support the charts of tokens. There's no other deployer that would be doing that. They'll be keeping the money or giving it to holders or pumping their charts. I want to pump everyone's charts that is using the deployer. And that in turn would encourage more people to, deploy and move on from there. And we also want somewhere where we can support marketing or bring more holders in or give people more profits on a good entry. That's what we want to do as a whole ecosystem rather than just be a deployer and we're going to take a fee. That's my thoughts on it at present. If I am planning to do it, it will be a fair launch and it will be a fair launch. There will not be ECA, there will not be rubbish. There won't be stupid high tax because obviously we would use the platform to deploy and we can't use high tax. So what potentially we would be looking at is a token that's going to tokenize. We launch it moving forward. I want everyone's thoughts. Comment in the comment section, and we'll see from there how it's going to go.